bestie! Welcome to the Inner Gossip, a conversation inside of my head. While I try to embrace myself, I invite you to embrace yourself too. So together we can build real connection. I am Sayuri, your best friend, here to support you how to make friends without changing who you are. And this is Techansu, our mascot. And together we're gonna have this deep conversation. Today's topic is how an introvert can make friends. And before jumping to the question, I mean, to the topic, I need to kind of talk about the struggle to make this video or to make this podcast, whatever, and to make this contact for you because feels easy. Feels that those who knows me thinks that it's super easy to make this kind of appearance, but guess what? It's not. It's fucking not. It's super hard actually. Um and you might think, oh my gosh, she's not a professional. She's in her bed and whatever. That's what I'm thinking right now. And guess what? You are inside of my head because this is our inner conversation, right? So, yeah, that's my thought. And I need to embrace myself, be authentic. And that's my invite for you. So, actually, this conversation is really, really, really the type of topics that I have in my mind. And here we can have a conversation. I mean, I con- I am having a conversation right now, right? So yeah, I just invite you. So stay with me and let's start. So I want to start with a deep question because I think it's a warm up for our therapy session. I don't know if you know, but I did also psychoanalysis. So self analysis, it's something really really nice for me. So that's why I would like to warm up with a deep question. The question is, so think with me, okay? Why someone would like to be my friend? What is my superpower? I already know the answer because normally I ask for feedback from my friends. But my invite for you is try, if you don't know your answer, please find out. This is a warning because if you don't know your answer, if you don't know what is your superpower, I mean, you cannot use it, you cannot make this as your straight. It's gonna make you, if you're not aware, probably might be your weakness because you're not aware of it. You need to use it. If it's a superpower, you need to use it. So what you need to do is have a self-reflection and also check it with your friends because sometimes what I normally do, the first time I did that, it was super crazy. I thought that I was super. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but definitely what came up from my friends was totally different. Not totally different, but it was different. I was expecting them to just say that I'm super supportive, talkative, and creative, but actually the thing that they most told me was how comfortable I make them feel, how how friendly I am, how trustful I am, and this kind of stuff. So yeah, one thing that I want to do right now is stop recording, but I already recorded more than 10 times. And I am pretty sure if I stop right now, I would definitely go for 11. And I'm so fucking tired of having this conversation inside of my head that I need to go with the flow. Maybe the first time is gonna suck, but anyway, I will do it anyway. Uh, if you're watching the video on YouTube, you're gonna see that the I have this camera switching on and off, but I will stop because stop, stop, because ah, yeah, ah, it's super terrible. Yeah, okay, sorry for that. I might edit later. Okay, so welcome back, and let's now talk about the topic, right? What is an introvert? Most of the people think that introvert is those people who cannot express themselves, cannot interact, and so weiter. But guess what? That's wrong. I mean, I am an introvert. I am an introvert. Can you imagine that? I mean, if you know myself as a person, like in person, you might think otherwise, and you're gonna find out that I'm actually right when I say that I'm introvert. So let's define introvert. Uh, an introvert is someone who likes to spend time alone, trying to reflect like a deeply about themselves, explore new ideas, and basically self-awareness. Now, they also care about relationships, so they prioritize quality over quantity, and they are really good creating solutions, so like a problem solving mindset. They love deep conversations, they are super authentic. um, they are super independent as well because they prioritize themselves, so they are self-motivated. They enjoy a lot concentration. They are super empathic. They observe more about people emotion, the social environment, and so on. They are more creative because they, of course, as I said, they find new ways to solve problems. They prefer things that goes deep other than the surface. And guess what? That's totally me. That's totally me, honey. That's why this program calls inner gossip, because it's inner, it's deep. So they find joy inside of the solitude. So that's the powerful way to recharge and cultivate mindfulness. So guess what? Yeah, honey, I am an introvert. And then you're gonna say, "No, Sayuri, you're not an introvert. You're super energetic." Guess what? Exactly. I am energetic. I'm not an introvert. I mean, sorry. I am energetic and I am an introvert. Because energetic is not the same as introvert. People think that someone energetic is extrovert, but no, that's totally the opposite. Energy is something that goes like out of you, and introvert and extrovert is how you take energy to recharge yourself. So if you're energetic, probably you know how to use your energy, and if you're introvert, you need to recharge yourself being alone. So that's the totally the opposite, you see. I am an introvert, so to recharge myself, I need to be here, like a chilling in my bed, having this talk with you. Um, and if I am with someone, I normally use all my energy with this person, and therefore draws me. And I need to, I mean, to feel recovered again, I need to come back home and stay alone. That's what introvert means. And if you think that introvert it's someone who doesn't have energy, guess what? You're wrong. You are wrong. So, what is not true about introvert? Well, as I said, introvert can be highly energetic when they feel safe and comfortable. So, when you are around people like family, friends, or small groups, as an introvert, you feel so comfortable that you can use your energy, and you cannot even feel pain with that. You don't feel introvert when you are around people who makes you safe, right? And that's the thing. You also not feel introvert when you talk about a subject that you're passionate about. Ah, oh my god, I need some drinks. By the way, are you drinking water? I hope you're drinking water. Hmm. Okay, so if you are still not convinced that I'm introvert, I will talk about three personal stories for you to realize how introvert I am. So, if you know me for a long time, you might realize that I never had a party, like a group party, as normally people do, like a birthday parties. I normally celebrate my birthday for 2 months. So 1 month before, 1 month after. And why I do that? It's because I avoid to create a group. I normally invite like you to go to a bar, chill together, have a really good conversation, and later in another day, so keep in mind that it must be another day, I invite another friend, we go to a restaurant, we celebrate together. I really, really, really care about having these one-on-one conversations. And the last few years before moving, I mean, before no, but during the moving to Berlin, and actually here in Berlin as well, I try to make parties where I bring everyone together, and it's so energy drawing. It's really exhausting. The last time I did in Brazil, so many people went together that I was shocked, and I thought that it was a trauma. But then I realized that it's not. It was not a trauma. It's just the way I am. I am an introvert. I don't like to. I feel so overwhelmed if I need to interact with so many people that it's really killing me. And another example is that I hated my wedding party. And then you're gonna say, "Oh my God, Sayuri, how can you hate your wedding?" I mean, it was so sad for me. I clearly remember how I hated. I planned everything accordingly, like the type of food that I wanted, the type of bar that I wanted, people who I love. But then I didn't have any conversation because all the time I tried to have a conversation, someone appeared and I needed to say hi, and then another person appeared, and I really did not have any conversation at all with those who I love. And actually I didn't have any good time that day. It was so stressed. It was so overwhelmed that I hate it. I would never recommend you to get married. And not because of your partner, but because of, I mean, the wedding party, it's super overwhelming if you're an introvert. And last but not least, you can see that on my daily routine. If you are in touch with me, you can see that I am not the type of a spontaneous person to hang out. Normally I have my calendar and I book a month in advance with you. If you are lucky, I can have like a 2 weeks advance, but it's super, super hard to have a week advance because normally I plan myself accordingly with those friends that I want to hang out. And one rule, I would never book two people on the same day. It's like never. If I do it, it's probably because I did not have another option. So, for example, if two friends have birthday on the same day, then I go to the two birthday parties. But other than that, I don't because it's killing me. And what else? So why I'm saying the calendar is important because it's super drawing and destructive in a way. And last but not least, I also prefer to live alone. And you can ask for my family, you can ask Diego. It's super hard to live with me because if I go outside, like to work, for example, I talk to everyone. I use my energy to everyone. When I go home, I need to recharge myself. It's like charging a battery. And I'm the type of technology that if you try to use with a low battery, it's gonna explode inside of your face. Like seriously, I'm super aggressive. I am super destructive. I'm not a person who can easily talk to in a good mood inside of the home. And you're gonna say, yeah, but I always appear at your place. You're super nice. Yeah, honey. I plan myself to receive you at my place. So if you show up without telling me before, honey, we're gonna have a problem. Because of all, first of all, because it's super rude, right? You should tell others if you appear. But if not this case, I will use my energy in, how can I say, it's like a mode, safe mode, and therefore I will gonna talk to you. But anyway, you see how introvert I am, and I forgot, I live alone. So you see, it was impacting my relationship, honey. I live alone. So yeah, I made my point. I hope so. So here are three key points about introvert energy. We have the first one, situational, where people who feels introvert appear more energetic in the right context. So, for example, they they go to work. I mean, I go to work. I use my energy on the workplace, but then I need to charge myself afterwards. There's also the proposal one. So it's like a introverts who often direct their energy into interactions because they have the intention of having this interaction. So keep in mind because we are talking about making friends. So if you are introvert, you can have a friendship. I mean, you can make yourself to create friendship if you have the intention of make friendship. Okay. And we also have the authenticity. When an introvert is energized, it's likely because they truly engage or they are aligned with the moment, not because they are trying to force it. So if you embrace yourself, it's gonna be easier to be authentic. And therefore you can use your energy for that. So yes, you can absolutely be energetic and make friendship if you have the intention of making friendship, of course. Mm. Yeah. So now that you know that you can focus on your energy with intention, it's clear that you can make friends as long as you want to make friends, right? So there is three types of introverts that I want to discuss. The first one is the social one. Is a type of introverts that prefers to hang out in small groups, maybe only in family, and they feel uncomfortable in places where they are not familiar. Uh, the thinking one is the one that try to avoid people because they like to spend the time alone. So they go deep inside of their own thoughts. They don't like to having this deep conversation is not for them. And the third one probably is the most, I would say, extreme. It's the one who suffer in getting together with someone. It's like having anxiety with that. They feel so uncomfortable in unfamiliar social situations that they prefer to be alone. And when I say that, it's not like I don't like to be with people. I prefer to be alone. No, they actually feel bad. So it's like a really extreme. I am not this person. I can I can be in a social group, but I don't I don't feel like a healthily impacted with that. Okay. So as you're listening to this video or podcast, I don't know where you're right now. It's probably because you are struggling to make friends. And there are some mistakes that you probably are doing as an introvert. And I am an introvert as well, so I will give you my tips. The first one, you're not focused on the right people. What that means? Do you know what type of friends do you want to have, or do you know what type of friends do you like to have? This is really crucial because we are talking about energy management. If you don't know who you want to have around you, you might be using your energy with those who you don't want to be around. So it's really crucial for you to understand what type of person you want to be friends with, and therefore you can prioritize on your calendar. So the first exercise you should do is like a trying to create a list of like a characteristic that people who you like to be with have, and try to put names. So for example, I have a really good friend here. She's super nice, and I want to be friends with her because she's super sportive, meaning that I will make myself more available for her in order to maintaining our friendship. But if someone is not sportive and I don't know, drinks a lot or go crazy, use drugs, that's fine. I also have these friends, but I will not prioritize them on my agenda. I will prioritize those friends who I want to really keep in my life. The other ones, of course, if I don't have anything more to do, I can have them as long as they don't kill myself. Um what else? One really important. If you think that you cannot make friends, I mean, that's crucial. We will not do friends. If you think you cannot, you will not. Oh no! Turn on again. Close. 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 Fuck. Ugh, whatever. So that's the thing. And you need to change your mind. If you believe that nobody gonna like you, it's probably because you don't like yourself. And if you don't like yourself, guess what? Nobody will. It's seriously, it's super feels like super obvious, but I know how hard is it. But imagine that you're going to a shopping mall and you try to buy a gift for your mom, and the sales manager start to say, yeah, we have that perfume, but stink. Honey, I mean, who want to buy something that even the salesperson doesn't like it? Nobody. And friendship is the same. If you don't feel proud of yourself, nobody will. And therefore, it's gonna hard for you to create friendship. Um, what else? You are not leading the conversation as well, and therefore you feel excited. Uh, you feel anxiety because you don't know how to control the conversation, and therefore you don't know what the person or the conversation will end up. But guess what? It's super easy to control the conversation. And who controls is not the person who talks, but actually is the person who asks. So, who leads the conversation? It's you, if you know how to make questions. And I have some tricks that seriously, I normally do that. So let me take for you. Ugh. So I have these cards. I i bought that to create connection with my team in the work, but it's super useful if you go to an event or if you go to a date. It's really good to dates as well. Normally don't use it in events because I have the best questions inside of my head because I use it so much that it's naturally for me. But this is something good. If you don't know how to start a conversation and you like to go deep conversations, try to buy that. I mean, it's card, it packet with several prompts for you to start a conversation. You want to see, right? So I will show you. This one, I don't like this one actually, but it's you can find better ones. They have different colors and different um topics, and therefore you can choose one. So, for example, this black one. This black one. Would you rather be gossiped about or never talked about at all? Ooh, ooh. Thinking that the program is called inner gossip. That is a good question. Well, I would rather be gossip because uh, I if nobody talks about you, it's probably because you're not doing your job properly in a way that it's okay people talking about you, because probably they're half a half. Half of it is talking bad, half of it is talking good. Anyway, the topic's not about that. So let's move on, right? Um so if you learn how to make questions, you can lead the conversation and therefore you can prepare yourself. So when I say make friends, it's about strategy. Honey, it is about strategy. If you don't know how to make friends, it's because you don't know the strategy. That doesn't mean that it's impossible to make. What you can do is try to understand what kind of conversations do you like to have, what kind of informations you would like to know about the person, and therefore you just ask. Feel silly, but it's not. So imagine I just met you, and seriously, what I do is like, hey, of course I introduce myself, I ask about the person, and then I say I struggle with like a normal questions. Can I ask you something totally different? And the person gonna say, yeah, I mean, what you gonna have? And then the questions that I like to make is like, what is the advice or quote that someone gave to you that changed your life? Or what is something that you regret? Maybe this one is super deep. Try to make the as a second, not the first one. Or I don't know, tell me something that you planned and you're really focused on solving or achieving this year. So make people try to understand what kind of things they go deep while they are self-reflecting. That's gonna be awesome. What else? Yeah, I think that's all. So, I mean, you already know how to start a conversation. So how to maintain, right? Because you are introvert, so how to maintain a conversation. What is wrong is that people think that friendship is only in person. And it's really exhausting because, as I said, as an introvert, going to in-person meetings takes a lot of effort. And therefore it's gonna be really hard for you to keep up. But the thing is, this is bullshit. You need to stop thinking that to make friends, you need to be in person all the time. Because imagine if you move abroad like me, how can you keep up with friends? Honey, that's impossible. That's why I suggest you to stop thinking like that. So, how to maintain a friend as an introvert? Well, what I normally don't suggest is first of all, stop thinking that you need to be in person. And second of all, you need to you need to plan yourself better. What I mean is that calendar should be your best friend. So stop being spontaneous, or l- s- stop trying to let people guide you, and make people understand that you have your calendar and you work with that, because then you can plan yourself accordingly and how to use your energy with others. So for example, if I go to meet someone new, normally I use more energy than normal. So I need to prepare myself mentally, because it's going to be more exhausting in a way that I need to make more questions and also answer and keep up the conversation and try to use my energy to make the other person at least like me. I mean, if the person doesn't like, that's fine as well, but at least if I make the effort, I should try to make the person like me, right? So, if you have your calendar as your best friend, you can balance your day better, meaning that if you know that the person is new or an old friend, you can know what kind of activities you can also fit inside of your calendar to make yourself less exhausting. Why I'm saying that? It's because imagine that you did a lot of stuff in a day and you're normally doing that. It's super tiring. And then you have a date with someone new. Honey, it's gonna be super hard because probably you're gonna start like in front of the person, like fuck, that's super rude. You don't know the person, and then you start to feel show that you're super going to sleep, even though you're not falling asleep because of the boring talking, but the person doesn't know. And that's tricky, because if the person doesn't know, it's going to feel that the problem is the person. And that's terrible in a friendship. That's terrible, especially a new person. um what else? um as friendship, it's not going to be in person mainly. You need to use communication apps. So if you're not into WhatsApp, that's fine. You can use others, for example, Instagram, but you need to state that for the person. Why I'm saying that is because I am a WhatsApp person and most of my friends are Instagram person. And if I don't know that, I might feel rejected. But actually the person doesn't even check my message inside of WhatsApp. So if I know that the person is more into Instagram, I should make the effort to use Instagram. And attention, I would only make the effort if the person is in the list of person that I want to be friends with. I don't use my energy with those who I don't want to stay close. This is important. Mm, what else? Oh, yeah. And another mistake leading to that is that if you don't reply, honey, how can you build a relationship with the person? Relationship, it's just like a job. If you don't make the effort to reply, which is basic in a job, you're gonna be fired. Or if you keep your role, probably you're not gonna be promoted as a best friend. You need to make the effort. And I'm not saying make the effort to hang out with the person, but make the effort of having a conversation every day, or at least every 2 days, if you really care about the person. Why I'm saying that? It's because if you don't show up, the person will not care about you. And if the person doesn't care about you, honey, that's not friendship. You need to come to the basis. And if you don't know how to have a daily conversation with someone, you need to start to stop thinking that this person is a new friend. Imagine that this person is a old friend, and start to send some jokes, not jokes but memes, and try to talk about your daily stuff, like some pictures about your food, trying to share that you, for example, are doing a vlog. I don't know if it's this vlog. I don't know. Just share, share. Your life is interesting. And if it's not, then we have a problem. But the problem is not how to make friends, but how to make your life interesting. But anyway, yeah, I think you learned a lot, right? If not, then I need to go to therapy. But anyway, it's important for you to understand and stop saying that introverts cannot make friends, because I'm fucking a real proof that introverts can make friends, because I have made several friendship here, and I am an introvert. Energetic, but introvert. I know how to use my energy. And that's game changing. You need to know how to use your energy. But we can talk about that later. Woo! Thank you for listening to my thoughts until now. Honey, it was really hard. Really hard, bestie. It was really hard. But thank you. I think I made it. I think I am more than proud of being myself. I am recording in my bed. That's awesome. But anyway, thank you for listening and see you next time. Bye.
In the quiet corners of your mind, where shadows linger left behind, eyes that spy the world from afar, dreams that twinkle like a hidden star. Set yourself free, let your spirit fly high. Spread your wings toward the boundless sky. No more whispers holding you inside. Break the chains, let your heart be your guide. Layers shedding like an old skin. Transformation brewing deep within. Introvert evolving bold and bright. Confidence born from silent night. Set yourself free, let your spirit fly high. Spread your wings toward the boundless sky. No more whispers holding you inside. Break the chains, let your heart be your guide. Silent rivers carve the strongest path. Quiet storms leave a lasting aftermath.